Hello students, today we'll discuss chapter 4 Understanding Laws Civics Part 1. So, today we'll read about what are laws. The system of rules which a particular country or community recognizes as regulating the actions of its members and which it may enforce by the imposition of penalties. Do laws apply to all? As there should be no arbitrary exercise of power in independent India, therefore the members of Constituent Assembly instituted several provisions in the constitution that would establish the rule of law. All persons in independent India are equal before the law. All laws apply equally to all citizens of the country, and no one can be above the law. That means the law cannot discriminate between persons on the basis of their religion, caste, or gender. Any crime or violation of law has a specific punishment. In ancient India, there were countless and overlapping local laws which did not apply equally to all. The punishment for the same crime varied depending upon their caste background, with lower caste being more harshly penalized or punished. Members of the Constituent Assembly agreed that there should be no arbitrary exercise of power in independent India. To establish a law, they instituted several provisions in the constitution. The British colonialists introduced the rule of law in India. Historians have disputed this claim as the colonial law was arbitrary. The Indian nationalists played a prominent role in the development of the legal sphere. The British law of the Sedition Act of 1870 set a perfect example of the arbitrariness. Under this act, a person protesting or criticizing the British government could be arrested without due trial. Indian nationalists began protesting and criticizing the arbitrary use of authority by the British. They began fighting for greater equality and wanted to change the idea of law from a set of rules that they forced to obey the law as including ideas of justice. By the end of the 19th century, the Indian legal profession began emerging and demanded respect in colonial courts by using laws to defend the legal rights of Indians. Indian judges began to play a greater role in decision making. With the adoption of the constitution, laws for country began to be made by the representatives. Every year, representatives pass new laws as well as revise the existing law. Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005. According to this law, sons, daughters, and their mothers can get an equal share of family property. Similarly, new laws have been enacted to control pollution and provide employment. That's all for today. We will continue the chapters 4 civics in the next session. Thank you students. Happy learning.